Hey, Brian, wanted to say thank you for taking a few minutes to do this case study with me. I wanted to first just give you a chance to tell me who you are, what ministry you're a part of, and just kind of introduce yourself.
Thank you, Mark. I appreciate you doing this for us. And so, my name's Brian Boswell. I am a lead pastor at Cornerstone Church in Clayton, North Carolina. We're a small church ministry, about 100 people, and kind of in a suburban area. So not, downtown area, but right in the suburbs of Raleigh, North Carolina.
Perfect. Would you say, I mean, because this is definitely focusing on your YouTube channel and YouTube growth, are you just pretty much just trying to target the area, local area, or are you wanting to just like have it seen, like throughout the world more or less?
Yeah, so what we wanted is we wanted a kind of a twofold approach. We want to have some things that are targeted, you know, uh, uh, in a general sense to our area of North Carolina, and then we also wanted to reach out to the greater U.S. and English speaking world just to offer our teachings and what we wanted out into the marketplace of ideas there. And we believe YouTube is like it's the front, it's the doorstep to the world. So when you're on YouTube, you can be seen by anyone all over the world. We've been basically looking for a way to get invited into homes, and I think through social media and marketing like that, we can be in anyone's home just because they already have a phone that they're going to be watching YouTube, Facebook, all these different things on their, it's in their pocket constantly. So we look at it as an evangelistic outreach in some sense, but also just a way to get fresh teaching, good teaching out into the world.
Perfect. Thank you. Okay, so before we started helping you with the channel, can you just kind of give us an overview of what the channel was doing and what kind of challenges you were having?
Okay, yeah, that's a great question. So we started this channel right after the pandemic, or right in the midst of the pandemic, because we wanted to be able to offer our people a way to watch our services online. I think a lot of churches were doing that at the same time. And so we kind of came into it with not a lot of knowledge, not understanding exactly what we needed to do. And so we put a channel up there and we just started live streaming our services. And it was mainly being used as a way for people who were shut in or sick to be able to see our services. And so that was really our only reach. I mean, each week, our service may have 10 to 20 views because that may have been the amount of people that we were missing from our in-person services.
Perfect. And I think that's a lot of churches, I think, that kind of put them into this realm of broadcasting on on YouTube because of the pandemic. Um so had you tried, you hadn't tried any like techniques before to try to grow it?
No, not really. I mean, other than we would sometimes maybe share it. So, we would take the YouTube link, share it on some of our other social media channels to try and just, reach out to maybe some friends and family of people who were in the church, related to people of the church. So that was really our only attempt at trying to grow the channel at all.
Okay. Okay, so that kind of sets a picture of kind of like where we were when we first started. So let's kind of talk about. I've only been helping you for a week, and I wanted to, this always very exciting because we like to think of it as like a rocket ship taking off. Let's talk about I guess the most valuable part of kind of how we're dealing with the channel to you as the lead pastor.
Yeah, so one of the things that's been really valuable to me is I don't have a lot of time to devote towards trying to grow the channel, even though that's something that's on my heart to do. I don't have a lot of time. And the other thing that I don't have is the expertise to do it. I could have probably watched, hundreds of hours of YouTube and found some different techniques and tried to put those things into play. But I don't have that time to to devote to that. And so one of the things I like about what you guys offer is the fact that you guys are taking what we're already doing and then transforming it into something where other people are going to want to watch. It doesn't look like the pastor's in some sort of hostage video. It looks really good. It looks really professional and really well done. And so that's something that I don't have the time to do. And so what you guys have offered to us has been just tremendous.
Perfect. And this is probably the most exciting to me is the how has it helped, and then what have been the benefits so far?
Yeah,
What
it's been amazing to watch because we started this with maybe 30 subscribers or so, and now we're well over 100 just a week into it. And that's that not saying that that's not a whole lot of work, but it's just kind of the very beginning. It's like the tip of the iceberg of where we're at. And so we've seen tremendous growth just right from the get-go. And I think what that does for us, it gives us more visibility. Obviously, we know how some of the algorithms work for these social media channels. The more subscribers you have, the more video watches you have, the more likes that you get, that just boosts your channel up. And so if somebody was just searching for Cornerstone Church, that's a pretty generic name as far as a church goes. There's probably several hundred Cornerstone churches in the United States. Well, this gives our church greater visibility in that arena. So if somebody's just looking for our church, number one, that can help them find it. Number two, it's getting our message out. So, our message is near and dear to our hearts, and we want to share that message with the world. Well, in order to do that, you need to have some presence online, and you've got to have a way for people to be able to find that message. And the way those algorithms work, it's hard to get that message out there if things aren't done the right way with the right, tags and different things to get your video noticed. And so that's the thing I've noticed the most is just how quickly and that it grew with and really the presence of the channel and how it was elevated through you guys' work with us.
That's awesome. Yeah. I think it was like 3 or 4 days into it. Where we, take some of your longer content and chop out where we do like shorts. So someone,
Shorts are just so important nowadays because the average attention span for most people is very short. And so with those short videos, 30 seconds, 1 minute, those types of things, that's the things I think that really reaches people now, and it helps them to dive in deeper when they want to. So that there may be several hundred views of a short, but what also happens, I believe, is that when people see the short, they get interested in say the entire sermon. So they've watched the short and they go, oh wow, that's really interesting. I want to learn more about this. And so then they click through and they find the sermon that's attached to, and they'll sit down and watch the entire sermon then. So I think it's, all of those things together, what you guys have done has been really good for us.
that's awesome. So as far as like long-term impact, what do you, what do you feel like,
Well, I think this is just part of like a greater strategy for us. We're trying to move our church forward. We're trying to grow our church both physically in our present location, but also grow our influence, if you will. And so I think long term, that's some of the things that we're looking at is seeing greater levels of influence and just seeing our name and what we believe be more prevalent, even just in our local area in Southeast Raleigh, North Carolina. So I think all of those things are things that are going to be long-term impacts for us.
perfect. Was there anything that went better than expected when we first took it over?
Yeah, I mean, even just the initial sermon that we started with, on our live stream, I think we maybe got 4 or 5 views on that, when it launched. But by you repackaging it and putting that card on the front where people are looking at it, they want to click on it. It went, I think it's over 1,000 views, and it was really quick. It was a lot. that was a lot more than what I expected. If it had been 100 views, I would have been totally impressed. But I mean, it's well over 1,000 in just over a week of it being out there. So that's a huge thing.
Yeah. Yeah, that was good stuff. That was a great message. So last thing is just, in your mind, speaking to other ministries, other churches, what would be a good fit for them to work with us, or would you encourage them to work with us?
Yeah, so I would look at it like this. If your church, if your ministry is looking to grow your YouTube channel at all, I think it would be a great fit. Whether it's a church or a ministry, if you've got some content you're trying to get out there and trying to get the widest reach possible, or even some more specific areas that you're just trying to, maybe it's a niche ministry that you're trying to hit a certain niche of what's out there in the YouTube world. I think you'd be pleasantly surprised by working with Mark and his crew, just to see how much is possible even within just a short period of time.
Perfect. I appreciate it, Brian. And
Yeah, thank you.
I hope you have a good day, and I'm sure we'll see you later.
Yeah, sounds good.
All right. Thanks.